Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I started a new series one day a week where I'm going to share with you what I did that week in order to save some money. Now we had week 1, which was last week, and now we're on to week 2. And I cannot wait to show you. So what you're going to see are different video clips of things that I did during the week that saved me money. Now, some of these things will not save you any money if you didn't have stockpiles of things like I do. So I have a whole bunch of stuff that I had sitting around here for years, and I decided to use them, and instead of spending money, I was using these things in replace of maybe buying something like at the Dollar Tree or something like that. So we're going to go into making my own salves, which are like for your feet, for your hands. So it's basically like a lotion, but it's a salve. And I made a whole bunch of those because I like using them at night to moisturize my hands and my feet. So I made a bunch of those and I used some of my essential oils in there. And then I'm going to go and just show you different things. And I am going to speak to all of you through the video, telling you what I am doing. I have a very active life, and so every day I am doing something that is different. And so I want to show you what I did last week to save some money. So earlier this week I had a package of oranges. Now these were like tangerines. Our son gave us. His wife and him didn't like them. They weren't very sweet. They were dried out, and so what I did was I made marmalade. It was so simple and easy. I took the oranges and I took the skins off of them. It was equal amounts of oranges with sugar. So if it was 4 cups of oranges cut up, it was 4 cups of sugar. I boiled it down and it got amazing. That's all I did. I just boiled it down, and then I made all this marmalade and I canned it. Then I canned up the marmalade. In order to save money, I used store-bought jars. A longtime friend of our family, Owen, throughout the year gives me these jars. These are store-bought jars. They had regular jam and jelly in them, and I recanned them over and over and over again. So other than for a little bit of sugar, this project was free. Equal amounts of sugar, equal amounts of fruit. I'm working on my garlic. So I was told that if you soak garlic 24 hours, well not quite 24 hours, but if you soak garlic in water, they will peel fast. So I have all of this garlic that I harvested. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead. I got some of this garlic. I got a little bit of garlic everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the store-bought garlic. I'm going to soak this in water. If you soak it for a couple hours in water, they will peel fast. I'm going to give it a try. I hope it works. Most of the garlic was from my garden and some of it was store-bought. So what I did is I took some pickle juice and added the garlic to the pickle juice, and it worked out amazing. I have this extra pickle juice I'm going to use for probably fermenting carrots, but now the garlic is pickled in the refrigerator and I can use it for many months. I am using a store-bought bread mix. Now I make my own, but this was part of my food storage. Our son actually gave this to me back in December, and so I'm using this. I really like it, but I do make my own bread mixes, which I have countless videos on it in my mixes in my playlist, and that will be in the description box. So I'm mixing it up, and I do use the bread machine for all of my mixes and making my bread. It's so much easier, and that gives me a lot of extra time to do other chores while the bread is mixing. I also make bread on a weekly basis. Now I don't show it in all of my videos because I try not to repeat myself all the time. But as being a homemaker, there's just certain things that I do on a regular basis that you don't always see it. My husband brings wood in every day and I bake the bread every week. And so I let it rise, and people ask me, what in the world am I doing here? This is cinnamon sugar, so it's cinnamon and sugar, and I always put that on top. we eat a lot of raisin bread, so our bread is more of a dessert. That's why you see the sugar on top of it. A lot of people ask me about my meals. My meals are integrated into my videos. Today we have chicken and gravy, and we're having fries that are sweet potato fries. So you will see a lot of my meals, but they're not gourmet meals. They're just everyday meals, and it's hard really to do a video on that when it's just simple foods. And the bread is done, and I'm going to pull it out of the oven. I love using the round loaf pans. These are really neat. I love this. Now, yes, it is silicone, and some people are very leery on silicone. I've been using it. I just really like it. It bakes really nice bread, and this is what it looks like. So you'll see me making this bread a lot because this is our dessert, and we like to have it instead of maybe cakes and pies and cookies. You will not see dessert videos because we don't eat a lot of desserts. So that's why you don't see a lot of gourmet desserts or anything like that. We've never been much of a dessert type of people. We liked eating main meals. Now we do have a solar station, which I do put in my videos sometimes. I know this doesn't apply to most people, but we run all of our small appliances on our little solar system here. And you know, every little bit makes a big difference. But this is part of my life, and so I share this on my channel because this is just part of my everyday, what I do every day. And for us, it saves money. And then once a month, I go through my food storage. If I have onions and carrots that need to get used up, then I will blanch them and freeze the carrots, and I'll just freeze the onions. If you really wanted to save money, you could save all of your onion skins and use that for broth. Makes amazing broth. It can save you tons of money because you can get your things like plastic bags for $1.25. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in. This is going to be for soups and stews. Mostly this is going to be for oven roasted vegetables. So I do have them cut thicker because I can use them for large roasts and things like that. So I take most of the air out. Now you can also vacuum seal, but we're just going to do it this way for now. There you go. We have all these onions. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the freezer for some soup and stews to make lots of great broth. Just another way you can save $5 really quickly. Instead of buying broth, make your own. Alright, so I made all the salves, and now I can just put the lids on them. So it's very simple and easy. You take equal parts of beeswax and equal parts of infused oil. The beeswax, so I add 1 cup of beeswax to 1 cup of infused oil. Then I add essential oils. So the infused oil is you take any herbs of your choice, make sure you read about your herbs first, and you put that in olive oil, and then you let that sit for about 6 to 8 weeks. So if you want lavender oil, you take lavender and you infuse that with olive oil. Let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks, and then you're going to go ahead and strain that, and then you add equal parts of beeswax. Now here's the carrots. I blanched them. They're so simple and easy. You take boiling water and you drop your vegetables in, and you count 3 to 5 minutes. And then you're going to go ahead and cool off your vegetables with cold water, and then you're going to freeze it. I do blanch all of my vegetables except for mushrooms and for peppers and for onions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these in the freezer. I have them cut into wedges. That would be great to go with meatloaf. Oftentimes I do a lot of multitasking, so you will see me doing a bunch of things at one time. So it just all depends on your learning style. This may look like a lot of work at once, but I am used to this, so it's a little hard to explain everything at one time. But I think you totally understand. So back about 2 months ago, our daughter and family invited us over for pizza, and they got Domino's pizza. Oh, it was so good. We don't get store-bought foods like that often. And they had the Hawaiian pizza. And I thought, you know what? I have got to figure out how I can make this. So I decided to try to make my own Hawaiian pizza, and let me tell you what, it is delicious. The only problem is, do not put it on parchment paper. The parchment paper stuck to the pizza crust. But we were able to get it off, but do not do what I'm doing on this video, because the parchment paper was not a good idea. So what I did was I took little pieces of ham and tidbits of pineapple with my own spaghetti sauce that I have videos on it. And it was absolutely so good. So, I mean, it's not the same as Domino's. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm telling you what, it was pretty close. And it was very cheap. I paid on a little bit for the cheese, and the ham was 99 cents, and the pineapples were 99 cents. And there they are in the oven. Oh, it's so good. I'm so hungry now. I need to make more of it. It will probably be a weekly staple with us. And then I made some marinara sauce, which was so good too. So I find these foods that people buy from restaurants, and I try to duplicate it. And so they had that marinade sauce from Domino's. I guess that's what you call it. And it turned out perfect. So I made my own. So thank you so much for watching this video. It is a little bit of a different format, but I thought one day a week it would be fun to just have a recap on what I did that week to save some money, and maybe you could give some more tips. I know a lot of you have been giving a lot of information, a lot of money saving ideas, and it's been very helpful to all of us. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys on the next one.